Hey everybody, Joe McCall here. I'm just going to do a quick little video. I have a break. I am right now at the kids' vacation Bible school at our church. It's the highlight of the year. There's at least 6,000, well, there's about 5,800 kids here over these 2 weeks. It's so much fun. And so I just had a little break. I was going through my emails, and I got an email that I get asked a lot, and so I thought I would just do a quick video about it because I got nothing better to do. But anyway, it's a question I get a lot about working with realtors when it comes to flipping lease options. And so I'm just going to answer this question as best I can real quick. The question comes in as, I have a specific question about realtors. When we outsource our marketing for tenant buyers to realtors, what are their exact responsibilities? And so one of the things I teach in this business is that you should either get your license or work with a realtor who is licensed when it comes to marketing and selling your properties. Say hi to the kids. So hi everybody. That's just like 10 of the 6,000 kids that are here. But anyway, so what kind of responsibilities and assignments are you going to give that agent to do for you? And why even work with an agent? Well, the reason is because there's issues with brokering without a license, as we all know, and I've talked about this in my course a lot. When you're finding a property for another person, now you could argue that's not what we're really doing. Because we're using an option contract, we have equitable interest, we're a principal in the transaction. But I prefer just to play it safe. So I suggest if you're doing lease options and you're flipping lease options, either get your license or hire a realtor to market and sell the homes for you. Okay, so if you do that, then what do you have the realtor do? Everything. Okay, so just make a list of everything that needs to be done and then ask yourself this question: how can I get someone else to do all of this for me? That's how it works. Okay. Now, what does a realtor do for me? They advertise the property, they put it on Craigslist, they do the bandit signs, they take the calls, they put it on my website, they give the applications out, they get the applications back, they collect the application deposits, they send them to the company we use to pre-screen the tenants, and then they handle the paperwork and they help me with it. What do I pay them? I pay them usually 1 month's rent, half of a month's rent, just depends. In my course, I have a checklist. It's pretty extensive, and it goes through it. But I'd encourage you to do the same thing, no matter what you're doing, whether even if you're not flipping lease options or just doing regular wholesaling. Make a list of everything that has to be done, and then look at that list and say, all right, how can I get somebody else to do all of this for me? All of it. So what I did is I created a checklist. I wrote down all those things, and then I made 3 columns. And in the 3 columns, I said, number 1 was my responsibility, and then the virtual assistant responsibility, and then the realtor's responsibilities. And all my responsibilities were just to make sure that they got done, or the most important things I would check off to make sure that I did or reviewed myself. That's really important, right? So let me go to another question here. With my screen shut off. Okay. Do they prepare the custom rent-to-own bandit signs? Yes. Do I have to provide them? Sure, yes. Do they put their own number on the signs? When it comes to bandit signs and rent-to-own, I suggest you use a VUMBR. Oh, here's my daughter. Hey, say hi, Lydia.
Hi. Hi.
So when it comes to bandit signs and phone numbers, yeah, use a virtual number that goes to voicemail, because you're going to get a ton of calls, and you want to set that voicemail up where it answers the most common questions, and it drives them to a website that gives them more information. Now, I did have a realtor work with me one time who wanted her cell phone number on there because she got tired of playing phone tag all the time. So she wanted her personal phone number on there. Most of the time we put a vanity number that goes to a voicemail where they can ask. We try to make it where it answers all their questions, and it drives them to a website. If they take calls from tenant buyers, do they pre-qualify them to make sure they are rent-to-own candidates? The only pre-qualifying we do is that they understand that the house is a rent-to-own. Okay, it's not a regular rental property. It's just a regular. It's not a regular rental property. It's a rent-to-own. So we ask them, is this a house that you want to eventually buy? And if they say yeah, then we try to get them into the house. I don't try to pre-screen or pre-qualify them too much, because we just want them in the house. If they get in the house and they love it, they'll find a way to get the money that they need. But then sometimes, if it's a property that I'm trying to get a lot of money as an option deposit or an assignment fee, I might ask them how much they have. But if they tell me less than what I'm looking for, I'm not going to tell them sorry. I just tell them, well, you know, typically we try to get 3 to 5%, but why don't you go look at the house and see if you like it? So we schedule the time for them to go look at it. Don't pre-screen them too much. You want them to get to see it, right? Do they communicate directly with the seller to arrange showings for the tenant buyer? Hey, Luke, there's my other son right there. So there's a lot of people here. Check this out. They're changing. They're going from one place to another. By the way, if you want more information about Jump, go to jumpkids.com. It's really awesome. Let's see what we're doing. Okay, so do they communicate directly with the seller? Yes. A lot of times the seller shows the home. And so I just give the realtor the seller's phone number, and I have the realtor coordinate with the tenant buyer and the seller when the home showings will be. How do I describe to the realtor what the role in all of this is? What service are they doing for me? Just give them your checklist. Give them the list of everything that you're doing and tell them this is what I want you to do. Do I tell the realtor that I'm not the actual owner of the property? No, you should keep that a secret. But listen, they're going to know, so just tell them. Tell them exactly what you're doing. You're not trying to hide anything from anybody. You tell them that you have this property under a lease option. You're going to find a tenant buyer for the property, and you're either going to keep it yourself or you're going to wholesale it. You don't know, but that realtor is representing you. They don't represent the seller, they represent you. Now, which brings me to another point. If the property is listed with a realtor already, this isn't going to work, right? So a realtor can't work while another realtor is working for the seller. So those deals you're just going to have to pass. Do I tell the realtor? Cool, so that's it. That question was from Emilio. I hope that helps, and I hope you don't mind all the distractions. But go check out jumpkids.com. We're going to be taking this jump all over the world. It's an awesome event. They're doing it. They've done it in Kosovo. They're going to be doing it in Albania, and then they're going to Paris. And then I've been talking to them about taking it to Prague in the Czech Republic. And I talked to the main guy today about it, and I think there's a good chance they're going to consider going to Prague. All right, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.